NASDAQ explodes to the upside today, up 3%. Silver also following, up 3%. We're going to take a look at the markets in this session. We're going to be looking at the dollar trading off today. Is this a dollar story that we're seeing as further dollar weakness continues? Looking at a possible test now of 95, another leg down. We're looking at the US equity markets, and we're going to be taking a look here as the S&P has broken the 32 resistance. Everything going exactly according to plan. We are now looking how to position in. Anyone that already has positioned in on the break of that resistance after that little pullback. That was a little aggressive for myself. I am now looking for a retest and then a resumption upwards. Position myself long. Everything continuing to work out as we've been looking for it to do, with the exception of Bitcoin, which continues to lag. It is still hugging the 9,000, the 9,100 area, which it has been ever since the end of May. And the question is, are we looking at perhaps a huge sell-off, maybe to 8,400 on Bitcoin if we're not able to hold that level? Of course, that's always a possibility, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for further upside. We're looking for a big break here to the upside following the risk on movement in the markets. If you believe that Bitcoin is correlated to the S&P, you got to ask yourself, why then is the S&P making new highs over the June highs today and Bitcoin is still lagging, right? Bitcoin is actually lagging by a good margin here. 10,400 is the June high for Bitcoin. That's also the line that will confirm the bull market in Bitcoin breaking above, and the one we've been watching. The markets, in my opinion, continue here as the dollar continues to weaken to trade up. You could see the S&P now breaking out that 32 resistance level over here. We're going to turn this over to support. And now we're looking for an entry. We're looking for an entry as when price pulls back. Now, the overnight session last night was actually down, right? We saw price overnight actually trade down, and then New York take it up, which is reverse what a lot of traders have been watching over the last few months when all the gains have been made overnight. Let's see today if we get some follow through overnight throughout Asia and London, and then let's see what New York does. We're going to continue just to wait, stay neutral, right? We were looking for the breakout above. We're going to stay neutral and look for the next pullback and or consolidation and continue to go ahead and trade to the long side over here. The NASDAQ, you could see up 3%. Testing all-time highs over here. NASDAQ continues. It's not going parabolic, by the way. You want to see something going parabolic, just go back to the NASDAQ. You have to go back quite a while, actually. You have to go back right over here when we were in 1998, 1999. And there you could see over here the NASDAQ going parabolic, right? Then look before that. This move must have seemed parabolic at the time. This move back in early December, early 1999, December of 1998. This move over here almost doubling in just 1 month, 2 months. NASDAQ was going parabolic, but it wasn't. Here's when it really went parabolic. So these moves, these bubbles, and it is a bubble that we are currently in, that the Fed is looking actually to continue to inflate. Fed being vocal that they want to run this hot, trying to get the inflation up to 2%. They're looking to overshoot on the upside. What that means is we're going to be looking at higher asset prices. You can see here the NASDAQ on its way towards making new all-time highs. Once again, gold definitely bid today, making 8-year highs. Still not yet making a challenge at the all-time highs, which it's getting ready for. But what you're seeing now, silver playing catch up. We talked about how Bitcoin was going to do how gold was going to do the hard work into 1800, right, off of the support, and then that silver would play catch up. And there you see silver up 3% today. Look at this move on silver. And again, silver not yet showing any signs that it's looking for any type of profit taken. We're going to keep an eye on that. Anytime something starts appreciating in price, going straight up or straight down, you're looking then for price to overshoot and then correct. Now, the euro Again, the euro following the indices here. Talk about it being a dollar story, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing the markets being driven by actually the dollar. Out of the White House today, they were talking and met about what the next stimulus measures would look like. Regardless of what they actually look like, the fact is that we have the government talking about more stimulus, and there's going to be more stimulus in one form or another pretty soon. Fed talking about continuing to let things run. This is indicative of a weaker dollar, and that's why we're looking here for this support over here to continue to break down. This continues to be our line, this blue line over here at 96.34. Why the dollar is trading below that, this really large sell-off is intact. We're looking at 95. If we break 95, in my opinion, this thing could really get started then, and we could actually see a bigger move down. Breaking 95, that could expose pretty quickly 94, 93, 94 and or lower pretty quickly. Even as far as low as down here, we could be testing perhaps the 91 support sometime in the future. Now, it just looks like that's the way we're headed. When I say that, I mean that the Fed's policy, governmental policy out of the US, all look like they are going down the path of further stimulus and or weakening of the dollar. So it's going to be a little while, in my opinion, before we see the dollar go ahead and rear its head. Are we going to see the dollar break out over here, break out above 100 again? Most likely at some point in the future. When or what that looks like, I have no idea. I'm a swing trader, That's where I make my living, and that's where I need to focus on. So right here, we're focused on further extension here on the dollar. Euro, Japanese yen, getting pretty close to my first target over here. Getting pretty close to my first target in the 123.60 area. We'll see if that gets hit. Also, the Australian dollar, Japanese yen continues to extend upwards. I don't have a first take profit, I believe, all the way up towards 76. So this is either just getting started over here, where we're going to see what happens as we come into this resistance. But right now, the markets are looking healthy. Australian dollar, Japanese yen seems, in my opinion, to be tracking the Dow. And if you look at the Dow, then again, it's the same chart. Go ahead and see the June high over here. And now we are back over here. Dow lagging. You could see the June high over here and lagging. Is the Dow going to go on to make a new June high and another leg up? And then we will have the S&P 500 making new legs up as it takes out over here the June high of 32.27. We have the NASDAQ about to make new all-time highs as it did last week again. And then we have the Dow lagging beyond the June high. If the Dow is able to go ahead and make a new high over here, and then we have the S&P making a new leg up, the Dow making a new leg up, and the NASDAQ at all-time highs, technically that's getting more bullish than we've been, and we've been pretty darn bullish. So that would just be improving the picture right over here. We'll continue to look towards the downside, but again, this is not a market where you should be playing or can look to sell. But when that happens, and the market is always ebbing and flowing and reacting, and when we get there, we'll be there for sure. As proven, we are on the right side of the market. Thanks for being here. Listen, I appreciate the support. Please go ahead and smash the like button. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave some thoughts below. You are appreciated. Thank you. All right, here you could see silver futures topping $20 for the first time since 2016. You could see silver now making four-year highs, lagging gold, which is making 8-year highs. Again, going back to 2008 when we had QE started, it was the same thing. Gold led, doing the hard work, making new all-time highs prior to silver shortly thereafter, and then silver running much further to the upside. We look for that gold to silver ratio to continue to increase towards the silver side, meaning we're looking for silver to outperform. You can see over here the Dow. I like looking at this chart. This is the Dow then and now, and you could see over here. This is the June high over here, right? This is where we are today, and going back all the way to 2029, you could see as price after the big dip down, price recovered almost about as much as the Dow has right now. I don't think the Dow is rolling over from here. I don't think the Dow, I certainly don't think the NASDAQ or the S&P are. And the Dow actually, I think is going to go on and not only take out the June highs, it probably also will go on to taking out new all-time highs. And we will have all three indices going ahead and making new all-time highs together. That's just going to further extend out. Will it all end badly? Right? Am I saying this time will be different? Absolutely not. What I'm saying right now, we are in a bubble. And when you're in a bubble, you want to be actually positioned in the direction of the bubble. You want to be able to discern when it's time to get out of that bubble, but you don't want to trade against the bubble. You don't want to trade against the bubble. Even Tesla, regardless of what you think of Tesla and its balance sheet, to be trading against Tesla as it's going parabolic is just completely insane. We talked about, where we should be getting long Tesla, which was all the way down here at this level, right? It was all the way down at $670. Talked about then taking profit over here at 800 and then reestablishing a position after this break out of resistance. The break of resistance, the test of support and resumption over down here, getting towards $900, $888, and here you are today, right? Here's this like take profit line. You're well above it. Are you selling it? No, you're looking to buy off support until this thing collapses. Stop looking for the collapse. Find it, trade it as it comes. Just trying to keep everyone on the right side of the market, trying to keep everyone increasing their profits, looking for Bitcoin to soon break out over here to the upside. We're seeing a big move in risk. You're not seeing it yet in Bitcoin. Bitcoin, of course, is where I'm positioned and believe is going to lead the way. It's going to lead the way and nothing's even going to come close. No other asset over the next 12 and 18 months. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the morning.